Hello, fam. This is Cam, and this is Whimsy Intuitive Tarot. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. My son's girlfriend moved here from New York last night, and she got here about 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. And so we've been awake. We've been awake, and we also now have an extra dog. So there will be even more disruptions when I'm filming. It is what it is. Spirit sends us the dogs and the kids that we need to take care of, and we do. So, anyway, but I'm relieved to have her here and relieved that she's here safe. So I think today we're going to do a love reading. I mean, it's Sunday. For some people, Sunday is the Sabbath. It's when we speak about agape, which is universal love. So we'll just see what comes out, I guess. So if this reading does not speak to you, this might not be your reading. But if you were called to click on this reading, then there's a reason, and some little thing I might say might resonate to you, or something that Spirit needs you to hear. Keep in mind the energies fluctuate. What is likely to come out in the cards will change, because everything constantly changes, especially the energy. You are under no obligation to accept the final outcome or possible final outcome, because as I said, we all have free will and things change. So if you don't like it, just wait a week and then try again. These readings are only meant to give you a perspective so you can act wisely. If you enjoy this reading, like and subscribe and comment and share it with your friends. You know, all the stuff we do when we find something that speaks to us. But any negative comments will be deleted, because that's not what we're about. We're about lifting people up and supporting people and making them feel like they have kindred spirits. Sometimes I may speak in medical terminology. I'm not a medical doctor. Please, 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 do not hesitate to go see your doctor or medical health or mental health professional. Spirit has gifted us with the miracle of science, and we should use it. Alrighty then, let's get into it. We'll start shuffling now. Yeah, okay, on the bottom. I don't usually do this before the shuffle, but on the bottom we have the Tower. So things are changing a lot right now. Some things are being destroyed down to the foundations so we can rebuild them better. Yeah, because even after this tower falls, the birds will find another place to nest and another place to perch, right? Alrighty. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Anyway, so we have some blessings here. As I said, my bonus daughter is here now. And my mother, who has been in the hospital or in managed care for 2 months, is finally getting to come home today. So she was very sick. We almost lost her. And, yeah, today. And she's doing very well. Okay. That's one. Spirit, what do you have to say about love today? What do you have to tell the folks about love today? The fam. 2. 3. If you haven't been here before, I have a lot of trouble handling this deck. It's very fat and the cards are big, so sometimes I will split it in half. I didn't even think about what kind of reading we would do today. I mean, what kind of spread. I guess we just roll with it. Let's start with the basic 3 cards to start. Past, present, and future. Okay, see, can't get my hands around it. All right, so I'm going to split it up and we'll alternate. What do they need to know, fam, about the fam? Spirit, what does the fam need to know? It is very early. I've been up a long time. All right. What does the fam need to know, Spirit, about love? Give me a past connection, please. I don't think that was right. Well, let's look at it. Let's see what it is first. 2 of Wands. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. What does the fam need to know today about love, Spirit? What does the fam need to know about love in the present? Okay. 7 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. And is it in this deck, Spirit? What does the fam need to know about love? What is the possible future outcome of this situation, Spirit? What is the possible future outcome? It's not in that one. What is the now that's under my elbow and I can't. Okay. What is the possible future outcome, Spirit? Possible future outcome. Possible future outcome. Is that it? 10 of Cups. Yeah. Well, you know, some readers call the 10 of Cups like the fairy tale card. It can have a sort of a tone of that. But who are we to say that everything in the 10 of Cups cannot come true? That we can't have that. And also, I have a certain person that I know, every time I read his cards, which I haven't done in a long time, because that would be chasing, right? Every time I read his cards, he comes up as the 10 of Cups. Like in the center of the Celtic cross, he will come up as the 10 of Cups a lot. So, yeah. Well, the 2 of Wands, you know, it's planning, it's getting the spark. You know, you have lions here. Notice that the male lion, there's no gender in tarot, but the nature of the universe, the male lion just kind of lays around all the time. And the female, the lionesses, are the ones that do all the work. They do all the hunting and they, you know, watch the children. And basically the male lion, he just hangs around and waits for somebody to fight. So back before I'd have said, ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth, fam? But, you know, I have leveled up since then. So, yeah. But there's ideas floating around here, right? The 2 of Wands is the next stage after you get the initial spark of an idea. And it's something that you're excited about. Usually wands is something that affects you because you're excited about it. It's spiritus, the divine breath, inspiration, you know, you're in the basics of formulating the divine plan, I guess you would call it, because wands is connected to spirit and divine spark. Divine spark is the best thing best term I can use for it. Okay, in the present, you have the Seven of Cups. So I think you're kind of looking around, looking around, and, maybe you've got a couple of options, but somewhere up there is that one cup that's meant for you, right? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like that someone wants to make you an offer. And I hate using just what everyone always says when the Ace of Pentacles shows up. But we'll clarify and we'll see. I think this is your pentacle, and I think it's close. I think it's hanging around. It's in your sphere already, even if you don't know who or what it is. And the Ten of Cups. It's like the Ark, where all of the animals went into the Ark and they all got along. So the cheetahs didn't eat the meerkats or whatever. We have a deer. Well, we have deer, wolves, fox, trash pandas, magpies. There's rabbits, bats, fireflies, of course, owls, Luna moths. Yeah. The sheer number of critters in this card, it's just to illustrate that it is everyone coming together as a family, even when they're different species, different breeds, different backgrounds. If there were animals, there'd be species and breeds. But with people, they're different backgrounds, different cultural society, different norms, different races, different religions. And that's what a lovely, balanced future would look like, where we all recognize each other for the things that are lovable and love our imperfections, embrace each other. Well, that's not exactly what I expected to be saying. Okay, so we want to clarify with, let's see, I don't really have a whole lot of different tarot card decks. I have 6 that I have in rotation right now. The other 2 that I have are, they're Lenormand decks, and they just, the illustrations usually don't speak to me. So I kind of just leave them on the shelf. And one of them does not show up well on camera because it's old. It's printed with offset printing and it's a little fuzzy. So, let's see. Is this it? Is this it? Okay, let's, once again, I think maybe my chair is too low to get a proper angle on shuffling. I don't know. I'm doing this before the sunlight comes in the window and makes a shadow across the desk. Usually I have to cover the windows while I do this because the sun from is so bright. Good for art, not so good for filming. So I started with the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and this is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Good grief. So ever since I broke my fingernail, I can't seem to do anything. It's like my main tool. And every time I work on my car, I break that fingernail. Every single time. So when you work with your hands, you can't always keep your nails pretty. All right. Why is the Two of Wands here, Spirit? Oh, we didn't cut, did we? Do we want to cut? Yeah, let's cut. Yeah. We don't have a hard and fast system here. We just do what we feel like doing. Okay. Cats! Quit it! There's a whole bunch of new stuff in this room because of my bonus daughter's, all the stuff that she brought with her, and we haven't unpacked, obviously. So the cats are all like interested in making noise. Okay. Let's see, Two of Wands. Why is the Two of Wands here, Spirit, in the okay. The Nine of Pentacles. Before I talk, let's get another. Why is the Nine of Pentacles? I have an idea. I just want to see if Spirit is leading me that direction or not. And the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, you've just been focusing on what you need to do, you know. You have some inspiration. You have some ideas. I think that, you know, worrying about your work, and this doesn't have to be career work. This can be spiritual work. It can be anything. It can be taking care of family. It can be studying if you're a student. I like to think that a lot of us are lifetime students, right? So, but you know, you've got a lot of pentacles here. You've worked on yourself, and you are enjoying the fruits of your labors, but I don't necessarily mean physical work, right? You've been through a lot, and, you know, you're honing your craft. Trying not to let love distract you. Because you have your own certain goals that you want to reach first. Love, as great as it is, a nice, healthy love, it does distract you from your endeavors. But, you know, when you find somebody that supports you, it can also support your endeavors. But right now, you're just, you're concentrating on yourself and doing what you need to do. And it seems like when you do that, you become, eventually you reach a point where you know that you're ready for something more. you know, people don't always do things in the correct order. I mean, the correct order, the traditional order would be, you know, like in my case, it was, you know, do the best you can in school, go to college, get your degree, get a job, then get a guy, and then get a family. You know, didn't quite work out that way, but it was, you know, it doesn't always. So, you know, I found the guy and the kids and finished college later. And that was difficult, you know, so there's a reason why we do things in a certain order. So this is the past. This is the thing that was first on your list. And the present, I think you now, you know, have a more grounded sense of the physical and monetary things. But let's see what the cards say. Spirit, why are, what is that, 7? 7. 7 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles here. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. But look what's on the bottom. The Lovers. Let me think. 9 of Swords. Whenever I see this 9 of Swords card, I see this quilt has lots of brightly colored flowers on it. You see? Sometimes I look up I look up the meanings of the cards, and I find out that, yeah, what it says to me is not at all what it says in the book. So, yeah, I think you've been in a sort of a dark night of the soul. That's the technical meaning of this, a dark night of the soul. And what you have to remember about swords is the reason why swords, I think, are so bent on sort of negative things happening is because they govern your thoughts and your ego. And that's where your fears happen, is in your thoughts and your ego. You know, your heart doesn't fear, your intuition doesn't fear. Random physical objects, they don't fear. This pentacle and this flower, they have no fear. You know, emotion, the cups, that's affected by your thoughts, right? So yeah, this person has a lot of fear in this. And when you're in a dark night of the soul, I think it's easier. I think it was easier when I was actually suffering through the towers. It was easier then because it's level. Everything is tragic. But when you get through that and you kind of level up, and then you start to go through this dark night of the soul, it's because one day you feel great, and the next day everything is gone to hell. You feel like nothing is happening. You're not going anywhere, and everything you thought is just not true anymore. Everything that you thought back when you had that burst of joy after a level up, a glow up, you know, now you're questioning that, and you have to keep forcing yourself to remember that it's true. It's just It's just that, you know, you're learning how to believe it. Yeah, so I think maybe you had a person that you really liked there for a minute, and that person might have run from you. That person might have been wrapped up in their own head and their own problems and their own trauma. Especially if that person sort of triggered your glow up. You know, if there's a person who got you out of bed, you know, I call this hibernating, or I did. It's hermiting, you know. You gotta lick your wounds. You gotta heal, but eventually, there's something that gets you out of bed, gets you out of hibernation. And it could have been a type of a soulmate or a soul family, part of our soul family. And those are people that we reincarnate with regularly in different lives. They might not be our blood family on earth, but they're our spiritual family. And they're all our soulmates. They can be romantic in some lives, but maybe not. And sometimes that we just know them for a little while in this life. So it feels like, you know, somebody wanted to work with you. Somebody whose soul family wanted to get you out of this dark night of the soul. They're waiting for you to be done with it. Why is the Nine of Swords here, Spirit? Why is the Nine of Swords here, please? Okay. The Moon. Yeah, everything seems dark and mysterious, I think, right now. You know, you're not sure whether it's illusion or whether, you know, this person is really for you. You may have not heard from this person in a very long time, or kitties, cut it out. Binks, Minnie, stop. Okay, stop. Anyway, you may not have heard from this person in a long time. And you may still be in that dark night of the soul, and you still have these doubts. Okay? Never doubt that there are people out there for you. There are soul family out there. They might already be your friends. They might be your family. They might be your cousins. They might be an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. They might be, you know, someone walking down the street that you don't even know. But you look at, I think, this cup of the things that you know is meant for you, the beautiful things. I think you're looking at it more as a physical thing than you are a spiritual and an energy. So, and it's hard to have faith. This card is also known as the, what is it? What do they call it? It's not wishful thinking. What is it? Like maybe pie in the sky, right? Like maybe you're wishing for too much when you're turning down perfectly good cups, right? And of all kinds. You know, there's a strength cup, and well, that's a tree. And then this one is a laurel wreath. It looked like a bird for a minute. There's the key, that's usually knowledge. The moon, mystery. You know, You could put all of these things in your cup. But, you know, there's one specific cup that's full of all the blessings you're supposed to have. And it's not just in the 3D world. Okay? 3D world represents only 25% of the major or the minor arcana. You know, that's only 14 cards. So, that's not very many. You know, you have divine inspiration and creative inspiration and enjoying other people's creative inspiration and ideas. So don't look at love as a pentacle. Don't look at love as a physical thing. Because it's really not. You know, pentacles talk about physical things, earth energies, actual money, actual physical abundance. But just remember, it's only 10% of the, or 10%, it's only 25% of the deck, you know, of the minor arcana part of the deck. Anyway, it's really closer to 18% of everything. That's how little spirit values the physical world. And for most people, the physical world is everything. Everything is part of the physical world, and nothing is faith, and nothing is inspiration, and nothing is thought, and nothing is emotion. Or all of those other things should be tamped down. But that's not true. Man, it is awful busy for a Sunday morning around here. Everybody's in a hurry to get to church or breakfast. So, yeah, remember, there's so much more than the physical world. And the physical world is such little importance in the scheme of things. You just don't know yet. You just don't know how to get there yet. You're just not quite sure. And you have doubts. You have doubts. Everyone has doubts. Especially if you're going through dark night of the soul. And seeing all four of these cards here, it appears to be dark outside. Dark. It looks pretty dark. I mean, we got fireflies up there, so presumably it's dark. You know. We know the moon is in the dark. So I think things just feel a bit dark to you right now. And, you know, that will come and go. That will fluctuate. But that's part of the hard part of the dark night of the soul. It's the ups and the downs, and the ups and the downs, and the ups and the downs. And when you get up, you're like, oh, finally, I've beat it. I've come through the other side. And then 2 days later, you're like, oh, now what? You know, I thought things were going places, and today I don't feel it. Well, that's the struggle of the dark night of the soul. No joke. It takes some tough people to get through that, fam. All right, Spirit. Why is the 10 of Cups here in the future position? Strength. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, for some reason, I am hostile toward the Page of Swords. I think you and just love in general have a very give and take relationship, because in the Strength card, the traditional Strength card, this woman, no gender in tarot, is leading the lion. But the lion trusts her implicitly and is willing to follow. She's not forcing him to do anything. he's willing because he trusts her, because it's quiet strength. It's gentle strength. It's the kind of strength that makes wild animals come and ask you for help, like in the YouTube videos. So, yeah, Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Page of Swords he's sort of in his ego, you know. He has truth to say. He carries, you know, the sword of truth, but he also thinks about it an awful lot. And when you think about things too much, you get in your ego. And then your brain takes over and negative thoughts get in. Maybe communication, someone has something to say, if I'm going to just go with the basic standard definition of the Page of Swords. They're a little bit reckless, and they don't always think things through. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, that the thoughts can drag you down, but also they're necessary to plan wisely. He likes new ideas, but he can be distracted by emotional things, you know. It could be a person, if this is a young person, they're kind of like, the feisty person, you know, and they talk a lot of a good game, but they're a little distracted, I think. Give us another on that Page of Swords, please, Spirit. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, he's kind of obsessed with the physical realm. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. But see, this guy is just waiting for his harvest to come in. Right? And we have the 7, the 8, and the 9 of Pentacles. So, let's see. We don't have a 6. I would look that up. But I don't have a device to do it on right now. Whatever 789 angel number is, maybe I will try to put that in the description. But, yeah. He's waiting for his garden to grow. Let's get a different deck. Let's get a different deck real quick. I'm trying to keep the readings a little bit shorter because I know people have stuff to do. Okay, so we'll use the, yeah, whatever this deck is called. More coffee, please. The Tarot of the Divine. Let's use the Tarot of the Divine. Yeah, let's keep Animal. Oh, something's going to fall over here in a minute. I have these dustpans on sticks, on broomsticks. It makes it much easier. You don't have to bend over. And the cats, for some reason, love to sit in the dustpans. It's just very weird. Why are you jamming? There you go. All right, let's get another one and see if they can stop freaking jamming. Okay, there we go. All right, let's cut. All righty. Let's see what... Let's see what Spirit has to say. Please, Spirit, clarifier on the 8 and 9 of Pentacles, please. See, my hands even got freaking smaller, I think. Clarifier on the 8 and 9 of Pentacles, please, in the past. Well, yeah, no, too many, too much. Start over again. Some reader out there is yelling at me about it. 3 of Swords. Yeah, well, I mean, that was heartbreak, right? Something happened to you. I find it interesting, this character, which I'm not sure about. I'd have to look it up in the book. She's cleaning that sword off on her wings. She's pulled it out. You know, there's still 2 more to pull out, but she's started to pull them out and clean them off. Right? In the background is the lightning from the tower. Animals! Stop it! Good grief. All right, Spirit, give us a clarification on the 9 of Swords and the Moon, please. Clarification on the 9 of Swords and the Moon. Can we have a cohesive message, please? Because it's kind of jumping around. I think I need to talk about the 10 of Cups more. Give us another. It's not in this. Oh, well, maybe it is. The Chariot. You're ready for things to start happening again. And you might be rushing it a little bit. But, you know, you're trying to get things moving again. This is a similar message to others that I have read, is that, yeah, you're just... Ow! Cat! Minnie, that hurt. Ow. Punctured me. Yeah, I think that you just, you're ready to get going. You're ready to get started. And, you know, you're out there. You know where you're going. You know where you've been. And it's just, now it's time to get into the what's next. What's next? You're tired of watching your pentacles grow, right? You're bored. Yeah, I get it. All right, what's possible outcome in love, please, Spirit? Possible outcome in love. Possible outcome in love, please. Seriously, you're not going to give me another? Okay, let's try the other half. Possible outcome in love, please, Spirit. Possible outcome in love, please. Possible outcome, please. Possible outcome. Where are you? Okay, the Moon. Yeah, you have Moon again. Confirmation. That's not... Really, nothing else to say? Let's get another deck then. Let's get an oracle deck, I guess. What do I want? What do I want? Star Dragons. Let's go Star Dragons. Possible final outcome, Spirit. Why is the 10 of Cups here, Spirit? Why is the 10 of Cups here? Healing, restoring hope. I think that whoever it is that you find, that you become with, yeah, maybe become with. I think that you have, sorry, I'm going to face this deck while I'm sitting here because it drives me crazy. I think that you have, your connection with that person will be your final bit of healing. I think your future connection with them will be the thing that finally restores your hope and heals your heart. And you will be for them too, because if they're your soulmate, you're here for, and you're doing this for a reason. The two of you agreed to this. You have a soul contract. You agreed to it on the other side, and this was a lesson you wanted to learn, you know, about being a soul. I mean, you might be young. Not that you can't be young and have this. It just depends on your journey, your soul's journey. But I was told that a certain person from Spirit told me that I am their reward and they are my reward. So, and that the final bit of healing in our dark night of the soul would come when we finally found each other again. So, and it's, you know, it's in the future. It will happen. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a lover. It can be a friend. But when you finally come together and start talking and comparing notes, as it were, that will be the thing that finishes this healing. A friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time, she knew my situation about my, you know, the biggest of my towers. And she came to me and she said, listen, she said, this is not your fault. This happens. It's not your fault. And I think that was a big step in my healing journey, to have someone who had experienced something similar tell me that it wasn't my fault, that I couldn't do anything to help the person, you know, the person I loved. And it wasn't my job. And that was a big step in my healing. So, yeah, that was the summer solstice, I believe, when that happened. So the Ten of Cups isn't a fairy tale, as some readers call it. It makes us think of a fairy tale. But, you know, in fairy tales, there's always something that you need to overcome. There's always something the hero or heroine needs to face and challenge and prevail against. And I think the Ten of Cups is just you prevailing against that thing sometimes. And coming out the other side refreshed and with a new understanding of what love means. And, you know, that's what it's all about, right? It's pretty much the most important thing that we can do, is do all things with love. So I think, you know, that's where we end your reading. I mean, we set out to talk about agape and about love, and the universe has told us, you know, about big love, and how, you know, love affects our dark night of the soul and our healing journey. Yeah. let's just see what the book has to say about this particular dragon, because it is still the year of the dragon. So, the constellation is Pegasus. Ow, Minnie. Menace. The wisdom of the herald, this is the herald, the dragon handler. Hope springs eternal and is waiting for you to take flight. Even in the darkest night, the star shines forth to lead the way. Hope does not expect anything, but rather looks forward and visualizes a day when the light will return once more. Hold on to that vision and press forward. Actively restore your optimistic mindset. Help is on the way. And the dragon says, healing will come in its time, even when things seem the bleakest. And when you allow yourself time to heal, you will be refreshed and restored to new life and vitality. Tend to your wounds, learn your lessons, and actively take steps to heal and rebuild as you press on to the newfound restoration. Rejuvenate. Can you think of a time or area of your life wherein you lost hope? I sure can. I sure can. Restore that hope in your heart each day as you actively engage in the healing process. Build each night and look to the stars as a reminder. Even when it is dark, there is a light that still shines. That's your reading, folks. I hope you have a great day.